Jackpot when he landed the role of Prince Charming in ABC's new fantasy drama Once Upon a Time. And as the second season of the hit show is well underway, the breakthrough star continues to put audiences under his spell. Prince Charming, David Nolan, Josh Dallas, whatever you want to call him, he joins us right now to put us under his spell. Josh, it's so nice to have you here.
What an introduction.
I don't know, you're
awesome.
going to put us under your spell? I mean, I've never been in the presence of a Prince Charming
Well,
before.
I don't know. How do you feel?
A little intimidated,
Well,
not going to lie.
I feel intimidated.
Not going to lie, but this, season 2, it's now been 2 years since the show started. When you first read the script, did you immediately think, this is it, this is going to be a popular show?
I hoped it to, I hoped it would be. You never know with these things. I read it, and I certainly had never read anything like it, and I thought there was nothing on TV that was like it.
Disney characters in primetime.
Disney characters in primetime, and it was a chance to, take these iconic characters that we all know and love and say, okay, this is what you don't know about these characters. This is a side that you don't know. This is how Charming got his name. This is how Snow White and Prince Charming, this is how they met. So, it was a great opportunity to kind of retell these stories for a new audience.
Which story were you most surprised about of all the characters that we've seen so far?
Most surprising, I guess it's Rumpelstiltskin and Belle, because, they hook up. They hook up, and that's not how we know them. So, I guess that was a big surprise.
If you haven't seen this show yet, I mean, if that's not a great introduction as to what it's all about, then I don't know what is.
Yeah.
But how tough is it living up to the role of Prince Charming?
It's tough. There's a lot that goes along with having that name Prince Charming and people calling you Prince Charming when you're walking around. But, hey, I could be called a lot worse.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, do you find that there are similarities to yourself in real life and to Prince Charming?
I hope. I think it's, it's definitely an ideal that, all men should kind of aspire to. He's brave, he's honest, he's loving, he's compassionate, he's everything that you would want a great human being to be. And I think that was what was so great about particularly the first season, because, we were all under a curse. We didn't realize who we were. And I got to play everything Charming wasn't, and that was a great thing to be able to do, certainly
well,
in the first
I'm sure
season.
your girlfriend, Jennifer Goodwin, who plays Snow White in the series, thinks you're a Prince Charming. We actually have a scene from the series. I think it's right before you're about to get married. Let's take a look.
Why isn't it working?
Wounds take time to heal.
No. I used this magic before. It worked instantly. There wasn't enough water. We need more.
Son, stop. There's no more magic here, and I don't want to spend my last moments this way.
It's all my fault. I'm so sorry.
For what? For being happy? For finding your true love? For your happiness, I would gladly give my life.
And she does. That was Mama giving her life so her son could, have true love and find happiness.
Well, and that's true on and off the screen, apparently.
Yeah.
Why does that always happen, though? Why do on-screen love interests often find love just in real life?
I don't know. I think you find love wherever you find it. And if you're lucky enough to have it hit you, then I guess it really doesn't matter where it is.
Is chemistry the same on and off screen for you too?
I hope so.
Speaking of chemistry, Aaron J. Cruz writes in to Josh, how important is actor chemistry when filming a show like Once? Do you have to spend a lot of time off screen with your coworkers to pull off the scenes?
No, not necessarily. I mean, it always helps. And, if you're lucky enough to be in a cast of, actors that all get along, then it's a bonus. So, luckily we all do. So it helps. Yeah, chemistry definitely helps. Not only in Once, but with everything that, anything that you do.
So it's probably tough to balance work and life outside of work, especially with Jennifer, right? So is that difficult to manage the two?
I think it's always difficult, no matter what you do. If you're an actor or if you, work at the post office, it's always difficult to, balance your work life with your personal life. But, you do it.
Yeah. So what can we expect to come next?
With Once Upon a Time, we have the season finale, coming up.
You guys just finished filming it.
Just finished. School is out, and we have a hiatus for a few months, and hopefully we'll be going back for season 3. And yeah.
Do you know yet if there
we
will
don't
be
know
a season
officially
3?
yet.
People are just waiting.
Yeah, we're just waiting.
So you
We're
can't
just
report
waiting.
yet.
We can't report yet.
Would you
but
like to see a season 3?
Of course. I would like to see 6 seasons, if possible. You know, there's still a lot more stories to tell, and still a lot more to delve into the backstories of the characters that we already know and to meet new ones.
What about your character? Is there anything left in the season that we're going to find out?
I think in this season for sure, you know, he's still on this path to get back home and get back to Fairy Tale Land and rebuild it and make it better than it was. And I think he really believes that he can. And so we'll see if he gets back there. But, you know, a lot of other things are coming into play and kind of get in the way of that.
Well, and word has it we might start seeing an evil side of Snow White.
Oh, we might. Yeah, we already have.
So I'm not caught up yet. So,
yeah,
okay.
Probably. Yeah, we already have. You know, her heart has darkened a little bit. So, yeah, that's going to continue to play out and continue to be a theme throughout the rest of the season. And of course, you know, the season finale, just like season 1, it completely changes the game for all these characters, and it's going to go someplace you just don't expect it to go.
That's what I think so many people love about the show, is it helps explain the stories of these Disney characters we've known our whole lives. The Queen, for example, and you almost can sympathize with the evil Queen because you know what made her evil.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's one of the genius things about the writing of the show is that it writes all the good characters. Characters aren't entirely good. They're not entirely evil. They all have different sides, just like, you know, all of us do.
What's the most challenging part of your role?
The most challenging part of the role, you know, I think. The most challenging part of the role, I think, you know.
Always playing the good guy?
Always, it's hard. It's more difficult than you think. You know, it's hard to go in and be the hero all the time because sometimes it's not the most interesting of things. I think it's interesting, and I think, you know, a lot of people do. But it's, you know, it's always good to be the hero. Always
Absolutely,
good.
You're lucky in that sense. Well, Linny wants to know, she says, I'd love to see a musical episode of Once Upon a Time. Any chance of that ever happening?
I'm the wrong guy to ask. You would have to ask our writers, but, you know, who knows? Anything's possible in the Once Upon a Time world.
Do you sing?
I have done it in the past, yeah. Yeah.
So that could work out.
It could work out, yeah.
Maybe that's next.
Yeah.
Well, it's so great to have you here, and as I said earlier, season 2 is up and running right now. Maybe a season 3.
Maybe a season 3. Keep watching, and there will be.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks so much for being here
and
putting all of us under your spell. It definitely worked. So you can catch the next episode of Once Upon a Time Sunday, April 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Stick with us. Up next, we're talking about Zuckerberg's move to influence politics.